Hey Aries, happy Valentine's Day. Thanks for joining me. I'm here to give you a very quick clarity on what's going on in your life right now and any potential outcomes that I can get for you, as well as an activation advice card to help kind of progress forward movement. While I shuffle, I will open the blinds here for connection to the not so visible mountain back there. That's such a bummer. But I will just leave it there for a direct connection. Usually it's a prettier sight. It's a very powerful vortex behind me, so I like to allow you to bring in that energy for manifestation, for healing, for meditation, whatever you see fit, okay? Let's see. Yeah. I guess that's all I'm going to say about that. If you're new to my channel, thanks for joining me. My name is Kristen. I'm a metaphysical healer and a psychic guide, and I thank you so much for allowing me to give you clarity and join you on your journey. I do offer private readings. I have a $20 special going on to get you 40 minutes, as well as I have free readings in my live. So if you want to check out my live videos and when those are, I do offer free mini readings in there. And if you do subscribe to my channel and shoot me an email, I will also provide a free about a 20-minute reading, just if you have any questions or anything like that. Okay. I also do long distance Reiki and work with crystal children on the entire spectrum level. All right. So this is a general reading. All right. It won't resonate with everybody, so take what fits and leave the rest. And I will be looking at what you're going through and on your perspective and on kind of where the situation is and an outcome for both. I'm going to do that twice so I can get as much information out to as many of you as possible. Again, thank you so much for allowing me to be here with you. Please subscribe and like my channel. I very much appreciate it so I can get out to more people, okay? All right. Otherwise, I apologize if this is late. I've been working on a really big community youth project, and I've been exhausted, so it's been a little bit delayed. Thanks for sticking with me, guys. All right, once I get everything down here, I will set it up for you to see. We'll go over it. I hope February's treating you well. There's been a lot of energy surges going on, so if you guys have felt some headaches or anything like that, it's been happening for a lot of people, okay? Just rest, take care of yourself, make sure your body's in good shape, okay? And you take good care of your body. All right. Okay, so for a group of you, you have had some delays or something unfair kind of dealings, things that didn't quite it didn't make sense to you, okay? And you're really wanting forward movement in the situation overall, and that's really kind of been what's been on your mind here, okay? You're looking for some delay. You are looking for progress. There's been delays, and you're wanting this information to come through that will allow you to kind of know what to do about the situation, okay? This is a job. You've kind of had to step out your comfort zone a little bit so that you knew which way to go in this. I do see that possibly you've had to put out some communication and do a little bit of work to try to push this forward, okay? Give me just a second here. Yeah. And the situation is it's a new start. So it's a new deal that feels a little bit unfamiliar, and you are trying to end that fear of moving forward and make the decision that needs to be made. Perhaps there was a choice that you were really struggling with, you know, which one is going to push me in the right direction, because it's a little bit hard to tell right now. It's a little bit hard to discern what was going on. So you had to kind of give it a little bit of time and weigh out the situations and kind of let some of it develop so that you could move forward in the direction that you were wanting to go in with it. For others of you, there was a delay and a disappointment in a project or a situation that you were dealing with. You thought everything was kind of going well, and then there was a little, situation that kind of came in and shed some light onto it, and it made you have to reevaluate the situation. But in the end, it did push you in the right direction to where you now understand what you need to do, okay? But it did take patience in the situation, which is the card that you got, okay? And that one is, you are able to let the universal energy of transformation move according to its own loving rhythm. When you demonstrate patience, you are able to take a step back from the distractions of this physical dimension and live fully in the current moment. You are truly a divine being, and when you reside in your natural state of centeredness and calm, your perceptions and awareness are illuminated. You become painfully aware of how much precious energy can be wasted and misused in the service of fear and anxious anticipation of the future. Instead, as a healer, you need to take the negative energy of impatience and transmute it into joy of knowing that all things happen at the correct time. As you move through life, it may help you to remember that difficult situations are merely opportunities for you to put the power of love into practice. It is challenging enough on the earth plane to understand the behind-the-scenes workings of this three-dimensional world, let alone trying to comprehend or control the sixth and seventh dimensional realities within the divine order. But being open to change and knowing it will all occur in its own time is the highest example of patience. You learn to press the pause button on your reactions to life's upsets. Don't fast forward your life, because when you feel you rush through it, you may miss the most significant moments. Life is not a race, it's a journey. In order to bring peace to the outside world, you must first realize patience in your inner world. Good things come to those who wait. Very nice. I love that. I'm going to title it that. We'll do there. Okay. I hope that resonates for that group of you, okay? Now, for the next, we've got the Chariot and the Magician. Oh, yeah. And you've got the Six of Swords. All right, so looks like you've been thinking about traveling to either kind of catch a little bit of a mental break or to push forward in a situation that you are trying to master, okay? You might need to either travel to do this, or it's simply saying you are moving forward in the progression of mastering this destiny that you've created, and that is happening, okay? The Chariot is showing that you have overcome any adversity, and you have triumphed through the challenge, okay? That's awesome. So this is what's been on your mind, is making this forward progression and making all of this manifest, okay? For that group of you there. And you've been, really in your head about how this was going to manifest, what this was going to look like. And, sorry, one second. So you've got the Six of Cups, the Ten of Wands, and the Knight of Swords. Sorry, guys. I'm just trying to pull this one together here. Oops. So the situation is that this burden over you and the progression of the situation. I see that you've got some support coming in as well. Okay, in order to make this happen, in order to get that forward progression, you've got help that you're needing to help kind of push this forward and clarify a few things when it comes to where everything's going. Let me see if I can get some specifics for a few, just a second. So for a group of you, you've been waiting. Okay. Oh, okay. That was okay. For a group of you, you started a project or a relationship a while back, beginning of last year, and you are somewhere in there, somewhere between there and now, and you have waited to see where this was going to go. You put all of this effort and this work into it. You manifested exactly what you wanted. I don't know if you came up with a business plan, or you met with people, or you sat down with that partner and said, "This is what I want," and you guys made that commitment. And I mean, it was full force going forward in that movement. And all of a sudden, there was a delay in the situation, and you were waiting for this to just kind of manifest, but you had to be very patient and allow for that to come back, because whatever was going on, it needed to progress. I've seen a lot of this month where things needed to, like loose ends needed to be tied up, or other people involved had to learn a few lessons of their own before you could move forward in your mission. I do see that. I do see that here. I also see that in this waiting, after all that hard work in this waiting, that it has been a burden, and that you have had to be very tolerant of the situation, which is the card that you got. All right. The lack of movement is very difficult, especially if there's movement that's happening really quickly and you haven't had a lot of time. Like there was, you worked really hard in the beginning, and then now there was all this delay, and now there's quick movement again, and now I was like, well, wait a second here. I'm really happy to see this. Now tolerance is still needed, because now there's fast movement. So it's been kind of an up and down thing for you. All right. You appreciate others' points of view because you sense the love in everyone. This school that we call Earth can be a very daunting destination. You should be proud of the bravery you have shown by electing to come here to experience it. The planet has a multitude of belief systems and philosophies practiced by beings who don't look or act exactly like you do, even though we are the same inside. Ironically, choosing to incarnate into a dimension where you feel separated from the whole is what makes Earth so appealing and to courageous souls like you. The souls who graduate with high honors are the ones who have seen past the illusion of race and gender and religious belief and recognize their brothers and sisters. Love thy neighbor as thyself is the mantra of this card. The physical guises that we wear are just that, illusions. In truth, we are all the same. We are beings of love. When you're able to go within and connect with your soul's loving energy, you have the realization that we all belong to and originate from the same source. Tolerance is being secure within your own sense of self and letting others be as they are without judgment or bias. Learn to see them as weary travelers who, like you, crave encouragement, respect, and support. Yeah, and I like that, because this could just be, the delay of the movement. Other people had to move forward. You made all of this happen. There was a delay here of that, and you had to just be very tolerant of other people for that forward movement. All right, guys. I hope that resonates with you. If you want any clarification on any of this, let me know. Otherwise, I'll see you next week, and happy Valentine's Day. I'll see you guys.